Good morning, Northwest. I'm Will Larson.
And I'm Will.
Today is Tuesday, May 6th.
And you're watching this week's episode of
Cougar Roundup. Bro, I just finished reading Purple Hibiscus for English, and it sucks.
Oh, can you shut up? I'm trying to play Plants vs. Zombies here, dude.
Wait, plants.
Sale.
Northwest? The Northwest Plant Sale is an annual event held by environmental ed students where they sell the plants they've been growing all year long.
Natalie, Ella, and Jacob have more.
The Northwest Flower Sale took place last week. Ella and Natalie were there to interview some students.
We have to, like I said, come in here during classes and actually plant stuff and make sure they're in the right pots and then organize them. And then Sonny picked out all of the signs, which gives a brief description of the plant. And yeah, we just make sure it's not too messy in here and make sure we have the signs that have certain customers and what's what, how much it costs.
I think it's pretty important that it teaches, students how to take care of plants, but also sales and just interacting with the public.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple of months. Because I know on and off we've been coming in here for 2 class periods to actually plant stuff, and then it's taken a long time for them to grow. And also we've had soap from previous years, so I don't know, I think it's a cycle, but you'd have to check it out to be about.
Wow, that sure was a lot of flowers. This has been Jacob, Natalie, and Ella signing off for KUGR.
Spring has sprung here in Northwest. Not only with the plant sale, but with dance-themed spring special.
AJ, Zoe, and Jackson spun on over to get the scoop.
The Northwest Dance Team threw a yearly spring special this week in the auditorium. We talked to a couple of the dancers to find out more.
So Spring Special is the production we put on. We start working on it in January, and we work on it all spring in class and before school. So I kind of put the show together. I guess I'm kind of the director or the producer. Kind of decided what numbers we were going to do, who was going to be in what, and kind of what music we were going to use.
The prep for Spring Special is very, very long. We have competitions in January and February, usually. And then right after competition's over, then we get straight to work, end of February. And we all split up and start choreographing some stuff. Some stuff is based on grades, some stuff is based on groups, and everybody starts choreographing. And it takes months to put together. And then beginning of April and May, we start really putting everything together and getting the costumes and the set and everything we need.
My favorite part of the spring special was definitely the dance with all the other boys. It was great to see all the work we put in since early April going into the actual show.
My favorite part was it's definitely a lot more special when you're a senior and when it's your last time performing with that group of girls and on the Northwest stage, and it's definitely something that's really, really nostalgic and really special.
Seems like the spring special went very well. This has been AJ Flickner, Jackson Fosberg, and Zoe Nixon for KUGR. Back to you, Will and Jose in the studio.
That's crazy that it only took them a couple of months to build that special from scratch.
Speaking of building, Gabe Gast recently won first place in his USA Skills contest.
Genevieve, Rowan, and Brody have this story.
Back in Room G, also known as the Wood Shop, Gabe Gast has brought home an award from a contest in Hutchinson, Kansas over the weekend. Let's go check it out.
It was kind of like those baking contests on TV where you get 6 hours to bake a cake or make a dish, but instead of that, you're making a cabinet. I placed first at Skills USA cabinet making. They give you plans and all your wood that you'll need, and you have to write out a cut list. In order to start cutting, you have to complete your cut list and then get it approved by a judge. So the judges won't let you cut anything until you have everything you need to cut written out in a nice organized list. And they'll tell you you need to look through this again, check your measurements here. What I like to do is go to the table saw and get all my cuts done on the table saw, and then go to the miter saw, get all my cuts done, so that I'm not competing with everybody else who's making one cut and then going back. So that way you get most of your wood cut out into the size it needs to be. When they finally say high school division cabinet making, everybody sits up straight in their chair and they're like, oh, finally. All right, let's hear who won. Cortez was obviously very proud, and everybody was just happy that we got an award as a school. And this is 2 years in a row Northwest has gotten first in this.
From Hutchinson to Northwest, Gabe Gast has sure made his mark.
Bro, you aren't Isaac Gregory. Knock it off.
Who's that?
Isaac Gregory is a bodybuilder here at Northwest. Sam, Patrick, and Will F. talked to him to learn more about his commitment.
Isaac Gregory is a dedicated bodybuilder who just competed for the very first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Gregory.
I competed at the Natural Southern States Classic in Liberty, Missouri. I competed in open men's physique and open classic physique. Open men's physique is where you wear like basically swim trunks. And open classic, it's a lot smaller. It's like a Speedo. So in open classic, there were 12 contestants. I got 4th. It just got me a cute little medal there. In men's physique open, I got 3rd, which won me that cute little trophy. But I was going against like 30, 35-year-olds, so they've been lifting longer than I've been alive.
Being good at what you do can have its struggles.
Oh, everyone wants to be a bodybuilder. Nobody wants to lift some heavy weight. Like, that's a very common saying. At the end of my prep, I got down to the calories of a Big Mac. It was 1,300 calories, and I just had, like, lettuce and cabbage and chicken all day. People come up to me all the time, like, trying to make fun of me, saying, oh, yeah, you shave and look in the mirror all day. I just kind of have to put myself in my own little space and be like, this is for me. This is not for some guy over there. It's my passion. It's my dream. This is what I want to do with myself. You know, just going every day towards that goal is probably my biggest motivation.
If you want to keep up with Isaac's success, make sure to follow him on Instagram. This has been Patrick Meese, Sam Peel, and Will Fandel, signing off.
That's all for this week.
Make sure to tune in next week for our final episode of Cougar Roundup.